Hola, bienvenidos a todos nuestros alumnos y padres de familia Kiowa de los grupos 2 y 3. En este video hablaremos de la unidad 6 de nuestro libro Workbook. In this unit, we are going to talk about the senses. For example, feel, look, smell, sound, and taste. We're going to start on page 74 in exercise 1, and the instructions are to complete the sentences and use the words from the box. Remember that you have to focus on the pictures that are there. In exercise number 2, you're going to answer the questions with the information that you want and that is real for you. For example, for you, what smells awful? That is similar to something bad. And in number 2, what smells wonderful for you? For example, what smells good for you? In the exercise number 3 from page 75, you have to listen to the song with the CD that is behind your book and number the lines in order. In the next exercise 4, you have to read and circle the best option. In number 1, it says, how does the apple taste? In this case, we are talking about the fruit apple. It tastes delicious or the apple is bad. In number 2, it says, how do these shoes feel? We are talking about the shoes. They feel soft or tight, and so on. In page 76, we have to look and read, then write Luke or Amy. Here we are going to read a story, and then we are going to answer the questions that are 1 to 5, and they are going to ask us about Luke or Amy. The story says like this. Luke smells the fish soup. He thinks it smells horrible. He thinks the soup looks bad too. Amy tastes the soup and says, it tastes okay. Luke tries the soup and he says, it tastes terrible. Amy has a cold. That means that she is sick. She can't smell or taste the soup. Then, in exercise 6, the instructions are, think and write about you. Use smell or taste and the words from the box or your own ideas. Here you are going to invent sentences with the words that are there in the green box. For example, in number 1, I could say, I think fish soup smells terrible because I don't like fish. But in the number 2, I can write, I think a flower smells nice because I love flowers. In the last exercise from 76, I have to put these words in order. On page 77, I have to listen one more time with my CD and I have to stick some stickers and I have to number them. Remember that your stickers are in the last pages of your book. In number 8, the instructions are to read and circle, then complete and use the words from the box. Aquí una vez más vamos a completar estas ideas con las palabras que vienen en ese recuadro verde. In number 1, it says, I'm wearing my new shoes. Yo estoy usando mis zapatos nuevos. They taste or they feel. Remember that taste is for food and feel, we're talking about objects. Taste es sabe y feel es sentir. So, what is your answer? My answer can be they feel tight. Que es apretado. In number 2, it says, my baby brother isn't crying. My baby brother no está llorando. So, the house tastes or the house sounds. My answer can be the house sounds quiet. Remember that quiet is like silence. On page 78, we are going to start with the exercise 9, and the instructions are to circle the correct word. Here, remember that we have to use the simple present structure, that is do and does. Remember that for do, we are talking about I, you, we, and they, and we can talk about singular or plural depending on what we're talking about. When we are using does, we have to talk about the third person in singular, that are he, she, and it. For example, in number 1, we have how do or does the soup taste? In this case, we are talking about soup, that is singular and also is a food. That's why the answer is does. In number 2, we have how do or does the pizza taste? Here we're talking about the pizza and also is only one. That's why the answer is does. In the exercise number 10, the instructions are to complete the questions, then look and complete the answers. In number 1, we have how the sand feel. In this case, we're going to continue using the structure do and does. So in number 1, we are talking about the sand, que significa arena, so that's why we're talking about singular and also is an object. So the answer is does. How does the sand feel? Also, we are going to use the verbs that are for the senses: feel, look, sound, taste, etc. So in this case, they are using the verb feel, so that's why for third person we say it feels hot. Remember to add the s. In exercise 11, the instructions are draw an interesting or funny cake, color, and then write. In page 79, the exercise 12 says find and write the words. Here you have to put the letters in order to make words about animals. In exercise 13, the instructions are to listen, read, and write. Remember that with your CD, you have to listen to this story and complete it with the chart that is in color green. In page 80, we're going to start with the exercise 14, and we are going to focus on the last page, number 13, because we are going to take information from the audio. Use the clues to complete the crossword puzzle. So according to the last exercise, we are going to fill these sentences. In exercise 15, we are going to read and match. In page 81, we are going to start with the exercise 16, and the instructions are to circle and then write the answer. Here also we are going to continue practicing with do and does and also with some verbs. For example, in number 1, we have to look at the picture of a boy that looks tired and with messy hair. So the question is, how do or does my hair look? Here we're talking about the hair, so we are going to use does. How does my hair look? Here the verb that we are using is look, so we are going to write the next answer. It looks great. In the next exercise, that is 17, it says read and write the answers. In number 1, we have does it sound okay? And we have no, so that's why we know that the answer has to be negative. One more time, the question is, does it sound okay? And the answer will be no, it doesn't. In number 2, we have, do they look nice? And the answer is again negative. No, they don't. Here in page 82 in exercise 18, the instructions are write questions with how. En este ejercicio nos van a preguntar el cómo algunos objetos suenan, el cómo se ven, el cómo se sienten, el cómo saben y el cómo huelen. In number 1, the words that we have are your new iPod and also we have sound. Here we are going to start with the WH question, how, and then we are going to continue. We are going to write, how does your new iPod sound? Acuérdate que aquí tenemos que utilizar los auxiliares do y does porque estamos utilizando una pregunta. Y la respuesta final sería, ¿cómo suena tu nuevo iPod? In number 2, we have my dress look. Remember that first we start with how, then the auxiliary does, then the object, and at the end, the verb look. How does my dress look? In exercise 19, we have to read and match according to the numbers. In exercise 20, we have to put the words in order. In page 83, in exercise 21, we have to look, read, and match the pictures with the professions that are in the numbers. In exercise 22, we have to read and write and then listen and check. Remember to use your CD with the audios and also take the words from the square that is in green color. This is the last page that you're going to answer for this unit and is page 84. In exercise 23, we have to find and write the words. Here, the letters are not in order, so please put them in order with the vocabulary that is in the last page in exercise 22. In exercise 24, we also have to look at exercise 22 in the last page, match and write according to the information that you listened and read. Kiowa, te felicitamos por ser responsable y hacer todo lo posible por contestar estas actividades y seguir practicando tu idioma inglés. Recuerda que siempre hay que ser positivos y ser muy entusiastas para llegar a nuestra meta. Padres de familia y tutores, muchas gracias por tomarse el tiempo de ver este video y apoyar a sus niños. Esperemos les haya servido de mucho. Seguimos en contacto.